Welcome back to the Caster Bash. We are live from the desks at the North American Star League, and I am joined by Rotti. Bro, this is the first game we've casted together since, like, the NASL finals.
Yeah, but I'm still really sad right now.
I know, me too.
Oh, I'm so sad. WhiteRa, he's so nice, but makes you feel so bad.
I know, man. Like, my game, I felt like everything went exactly like I wanted, and I still got crushed. Like,
yeah, like
when it plays out exactly how you want in your brain, and you still get crushed, that is the worst feeling ever.
It is. Like, it was the same for me. Like, I kind of didn't even have chances joining Andre as well. Of course, the NASL mascot. Andre is ready. Of course, Andre has a reputation to live up to right now after taking out the Red last week.
Yep, he's undefeated against the pros,
Yes.
kinda.
It's gonna be an awesome. I am ready. I'm a little bit sad because I really felt like I could have and should have won that game after the way that the opening phase unfolded. If I would have had Warp Gate, if I wouldn't have played as chicken as I did, I should have dropped the Nexus quicker, had more Phoenix. I don't see how I can possibly lose the game because Phoenix against Phoenix is just like you make upgrades and then you fly them in and you right-click a bunch, and then if you have more Phoenix, you're always gonna win. But yeah. Unfortunately, Ben, I am not a very smart human being, as it seems.
Well, neither am I, my friend. Neither am I.
But perhaps Gretorp is a lot smarter than the both of us combined. The map is going to be Cloud Kingdom once more. He also played Cloud Kingdom. No, he didn't play Cloud Kingdom. I played Cloud Kingdom against Red. He played Daybreak against Red.
GGL says Andre as he invites WhiteRa back to America. Like Roddy said, Cloud Kingdom is our map. And Gretorp, the lone standing NASL caster, spawning down in the bottom left as a Zerg. WhiteRa, of course, Protoss in top right.
For the people who don't really know why we are doing this, it's really just a fun show, guys. It's just us forecasters having a little bit of fun. But the players on the show do get a reward. If they win all 4 games, they do get $100. If they lose one of the games, we're going to make them do something funny eventually. We're not really like time pressed on it. But obviously, if someone loses, we will keep it in mind. We are still going to do a fun cast with Red in the near future because he lost against Andre. But in any case, or like above anything, it's just for fun.
Yeah.
We just want to have a little bit of fun on the Saturday morning.
We've always said that we're not afraid to put our skills to the test, right? Like, win or lose, we all play the game.
Mostly lose.
Mostly lose. We all play the game, and we all feel that we're at a respectable level, and we're not afraid to show it. So if you're a pro and you want to come play us, let us know. If you're a professional commentator and you want to come play us, bring it on.
Let us definitely know. I'm afraid that's not going to happen, though.
I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt it. So Andre has promised something special. He said the thing that he is going to do, if the game reaches that point, is something that has never been done before, which I have to kind of question, considering he's probably practiced it before. It has to have been done at least once in the past, even if it is by Andre.
Which point?
That's the sound of a joke falling flat.
I have no idea where you were going with that. I missed the first part of your sentence, and then I thought you were talking about a strategy, but...
Yeah, it
never came.
It didn't pan out. there was no punchline. It just kind of fell flat. Oh, Andre gets the hatch down. That's kind of nice. He's going 14 pulls, 16 hatch, playing very standard. I was discussing my build with Andre before the day. Initially, I wanted to go 3 hatch before spawning pool. And my logic was, against a player like WhiteRa, I have to cut big corners if I'm going to get ahead. And Andre said, that shouldn't be your logic. Your logic should be play a style that is going to be safe and stable. But instead of cutting the corner, I'm going to take this huge risk, cut the corner, I'm going to take a small risk, and I'm going to ignore the 9 and 10 minute timings. And so I took that advice, and that's why my game looked like it did. And I think my game opened up really well. I felt great initially. But Andre, we can see, is also living up to that advice, opening completely standard. He's probably going to drop a 3rd hatchery pretty soon.
I'm very curious to see if WhiteRa is going to play once more that super air heavy style, which I've seen him do often on his stream as well. And I really wonder what Andre is going to do about that in this matchup. Andre right now is showing that he's also, or at least he tries to show that he's also capable of playing this matchup from the other side. Last week he demonstrated us some beautiful carrier play against Red. He's going to try to do the reverse thing right now and show how you can perhaps shut that down. So do you have anything? Any solid idea what he really wants to do? Is it going to be like a swarm host timing?
I swear I think he's going to play Muta. I think against
WhiteRa?
Well, I thought that against a player like WhiteRa who plays these Stargate styles, that a surprise Muta switch it would be the strongest thing. That's why I went Muta. Obviously, when you have 4 Stargates, that might not be the case. So I thought that that's what Andre was going to do. I thought that it would work well if I did it. Now I'm not so sure. Certainly after playing the game and feeling how kind of difficult it is to play against 4 Stargate Phoenix.
WhiteRa has definitely not displayed lots of ground play yet. Hasn't really been messing around a lot with I don't know, recalls or anything like that. It's definitely been lots of Stargate today. I do really feel that that's just going to be the trend of Protoss in Heart of the Swarm. I mean, if you look at the new units that we got, all 3 of them fly. So it is only logical that we're going to see much more heavy toss play in the future. He's going to open up with a Zealot and at least 1 Stalker. This is something I like to do as well, and then drop the Stargate. And that's exactly what WhiteRa is doing, because you keep this Zerg busy. This 1 Zealot, it's going to be a little bit annoying, going to force out a couple of links. Then if the Mothership Core joins in, and the Stalker as well, but he actually, well, he made Stargate before the Mothership Core, so he's going to get really quick oracles. This is really one of the scenarios, Ben, where as Zerg you kind of have to figure out what's going on. Like, does he actually really want to deal a lot of damage with it? Wow, this is very nice for WhiteRa, by the way. He's going to be able to pick up this first Overlord. That's such a big loss, in my opinion.
Certainly when it supply blocks Andre. Andre does have another Overlord popping out, but as you can see, he's already at that 54 supply mark, so he's got to build a second Overlord.
There should be a sweet spot somewhere here, no, for an Overlord.
Yeah, there is, but not, well, maybe not.
I guess against 1 Stalker, I guess you are always safe. In any case, what WhiteRa is doing right now is keeping Andre very busy. Andre is not falling for the games, though. He kind of figures out what is going on, and he is dropping Spore Crawlers already, and that is so important. Did he scout the Stargate? No, he didn't.
Oh, WhiteRa, you cheeky monkey, dropping a super fast 3rd Nexus. But look at Andre on top of it, sending some lings across, and he's going to see this. That said, a Zealot and a Mothership Core will be adequate to scare these lings away, and that's one of the great strengths of this Mothership Core. It just lets you do things that you were never able to do before.
Agree, and it's going to allow Protoss to take those bases so much quicker, as we can see right now. This was like a 7-minute expand. The only player who would ever do that in Wings of Liberty was WhiteRa too, because WhiteRa was just crazy in Wings. But now it's actually feel like you feel it's kind of justified, and you feel that he is going to be fine. The bad thing is, though, that this Oracle was now a little later than it could have been, and Andre did their Spore Crawlers up, so WhiteRa might be able to pick up a drone or 3.
No, actually, nothing has fallen yet. That's amazing. And if Gretorp controls his queens well, he might be able to kill this Oracle. WhiteRa is just going to park it in a safe spot and try to regenerate some of those shields. Meanwhile, Andre is getting his lair. He's also getting a Zergling speed and double Evo chambers, melee and carapace upgrades. What in the world, Gretorp, are you planning to do with that?
Oracle did pick up 3 drones really quickly. Maybe he's going to play Infested Ling, or I have no idea actually, Ben. This 1 Oracle does fall because of a smart queen movement over here. Of course, Gretorp knew the Oracle was leaving his base on that side.
So there's no way that Andre is doing some crazy fast tech to Ultralisk. That would not make sense against Stargate.
I know, wipes in a Robo right now.
Tempest and Void Rays are.
Nidus network, Ben.
Ah. So a little Nidus play. I have a hard time believing this is going to work against somebody like WhiteRa.
And he also has he also does have a 4th base going up. I have no idea, man. He is getting those melee upgrades, as you said. Lots of cannons over here. WhiteRa does not have the gateways here yet, so these cannons are not super well protected.
Also continuing to produce queens, and
oh, that was a very nice fortune by WhiteRa. I liked it a lot, keeping that cannon alive. Does he have the Zealot standing here? Yes, he does. Good job right there by WhiteRa. And this is also a full wall up, so all these links are actually going to die right now, or at least a lot of them.
A couple of them are going to squeeze through, but interesting play here from Andre so far. 69 drones against 67 probes. Incredible economy out of WhiteRa very, very quickly into the game.
10 minutes and 30 seconds. Like in Wings, I'm kind of fine if my 3rd base finishes up right now. Nidus network is going to go down, at least the first one, but...
And queens are going to be loaded up into it, so... Gretorp's going to be doing something with queens, Zerglings, and Nidus, and there's the Spire going down, so Muta switch.
There's going to be 1 more Purify. This is like not going to do anything at all. Like, anything.
I want to believe, Kev.
There are only 4 gates. 4 gate is not too scary, but there are 4 gates, 2 cannons, and there is Purify, so I don't see how a bunch of links and a couple of queens are going to be able to be very intimidating over here.
Well, they're going to pull back immediately, and as soon as that Purify expires, he's probably going to run in again. WhiteRa, as we can see, is collecting all of his forces here, but he doesn't have that many gateways. He's working on...
4, I believe.
No,
I think
1. No, 4. You're right. 4. Sorry. Queens are going to go ahead and get attacked here. Oh, Nidus being targeted. That Void Ray is not going to fall. 2 queens get away, but 1 more dies. There is an observer present to clean up those creep tumors. Lings are streaming in from behind, and they're going to pick off a handful of units. Actually, more than a handful of units. All of WhiteRa's ground army is going to fall, so that's a nice move there by Gretorp.
Yeah, and during all this, wow, he actually picked off the WhiteRa as well, because the WhiteRa lost its charge. This queen, of course, is bound to die, as there's only a little bit of creep.
Yeah, but these Lings continue streaming in, and WhiteRa has completely neglected any sort of upgrades. So Lings trading pretty well with Zealots and Gateway
I was about to say, like, those Lings are dealing a surprising amount of damage. Picking up that Immortal was kind of nice. And WhiteRa is also completely unaware of this Muta switch. There is only a single Stargate on the map right now. Oh, that's actually going really quite good for Gretorp again.
I think so too, and here we can see the beauty of it. He's forcing the commitment to the Robotech and the Gateway units with all this Zergling play, and now he's going to switch into the Mutas. It's a pretty brilliant build out of Gretorp, we got to be completely honest. He's also continuing to invest in those upgrades, 2-2 on the way. He's going to stay ahead of WhiteRa on those upgrades, probably all game long. I would love to see the Hive Tech get started now, Kev, because at this point in the game, all of a sudden, Ultralisks make a lot of sense.
It's so funny as well, because the last thing WhiteRa could possibly expect is Mutalisk right now. He did scout it, and he's immediately going to start Phoenix production. But right now, he just doesn't have the army to really defend against Mutalisk. These are 16 Mutalisk. He's really going to need a handful of cannons, and then he's going to need to warp in Stalkers.
Just go, Gretorp, you can crush that army.
The longer he waits, of course, Purify. There's going to be one Purify available right now. There are a couple of cannons, but like 1 or 2 cannons. There are 2 Phoenixes on the map right now. Purify might be activated immediately. Is he gonna? He's getting quite a few probes.
Yeah, he's content to kill some workers here. There's the Purify going down. Mutas are gonna have to reposition. Only 2 Phoenixes. That is not enough to challenge that Muta Ball. 1 Phoenix dies. No, yeah, 1 Phoenix does go down. Muta's gonna make their way up into the main base where more probes are sure to fall. Zergling's being completely inactive right now. Andre being a little bit sloppy with the Mutalisks, taking a bit too much damage, needs to get out of there.
Good thing is he did kill both Phoenixes, that is one thing, so this Phoenix number is not gonna grow, at least for a little while. He picked off both Phoenixes, but as you said, he lost a handful of Mutalisks.
The probe damage is great, Kevin, but WhiteRa's economy is so phenomenal that it is basically non-existent. 77 drones to 75 probes.
Oh.
I mean, all Gretorp did there was free up supply for WhiteRa to make more units.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm really surprised by right now is that WhiteRa is not too worried about these Mutalisks, man. Can you believe it? He made a couple of Phoenix and then he said like, well, yeah, this is okay. I'm getting a bunch of cannons. I have a bunch of Blink Stalkers. You know what? I am going to be fine. So he's not going to try to fight up these Mutalisks in the air anymore. He's just going to try to deal with it with Blink Stalkers.
That might actually be a mistake, as we see the Muta number has swollen up to 25. Wow. 27 Mutas against 2 Phoenixes, 2 Void Rays, and 12 Stalkers. When you factor in 50 Zerglings, I don't care that you have 2 Colossi. That is a terrifying Zerg army. Mutas continuing to harass in the back of the Natural have completely cleaned out that base.
It's so hard to defend against so many Mutalisks with Blink Stalkers. I'm so surprised that WhiteRa tried to even make that happen. He does finally start Phoenix production again. He has 1 Phoenix, but it's going to die immediately. Bunch of Blink Stalkers are going to sort of push these Mutalisks away. Mothership Gore gets picked off as well. Gretorp in fantastic shape right now.
I would like to have seen him just turn around and kill those Stalkers, but he's content to continue harassing bases. 191 supply for Gretorp, and WhiteRa is on the ropes right now, Kevin. He's at 148 supply. His army is continuing to grow.
Oh, he has to be careful with this Mutalisk right now. Flies right across those cannons. The problem is, though, even though when Gretorp is ahead, if WhiteRa eventually stabilizes, he lost a lot of probes already. I do feel that WhiteRa's army is going to be so much stronger in the straight-up fight.
And a Swarm Host transition comes next. I'm not sure how crazy I am about that. Ling's going to go running into the Protoss army, but there are DT and Colossi there. That's not going to work out at all. Muta's trying to open up this this hole up into the Natural, but I don't know if it's going to work out. Mutas have taken so much damage. Nidus Worm's going down somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. This entire defending force at the Natural has been cleaned up, but still the gateway wall remains. Finally, 1 gate falls, and the Lings could possibly stream through, but at this point, Andre's units have been thinned out so much, going from almost 30 Mutas down to just 12.
Yeah, suddenly I don't find this army all that intimidating anymore. There are 5 more Mutalisks on the way, +2 is being risked as well. I hear DT slicing around. I think there's a Nidus. You said a Nidus went up somewhere, Ben?
Maybe he was just building a new entrance? I don't know. He was on the production tab.
I don't know either.
Or maybe WhiteRa killed it? I have no idea. But Andre right now looking for openings, failing to find any, and he's continuing to produce Swarm Hosts, and that is a very interesting decision given that he hasn't really invested much into range attack upgrades. He's got a single range attack upgrade. I feel like maybe Ultra would make more sense in this situation.
1 hero Dark Templar being quite annoying over here in the right bottom side of this map. But Spine Crawlers will finish, and there was a Spore Crawler, so... But he did pick up a Queen, and he picked up a couple of drones. The problem is right now, though, I feel that the longer this game goes, the better it is for WhiteRa. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yes, yes. I do feel like, certainly in Heart of the Swarm, that in-game Protoss army is much harder to deal with than it was in Wings of Liberty.
And also, like, Infested Broodlord is miles away. Even Ultralisk is miles away, I feel. He does have a Hive, but I mean, he just doesn't have the upgrades right now to go Ultralisk. There are a couple of Mutalisk in the natural as well.
Nidus going down at the top of the map is double Nidus, so it was Andre building a new exit to that Nidus swarm.
He's going for Swarm Host.
Mass Swarm Host Nidus, I suppose. There's nothing actually in the Nidus
Oh,
network.
he has to be so careful, though. He's going to lose both Nidus networks immediately. WhiteRa's army is so strong right now, man.
WhiteRa's done a fantastic job of stabilizing.
I feel that WhiteRa really has this game on almost on lockdown right now, because I feel his army is just getting stronger and stronger. Those 18 Mutalisk are not terrifying anymore, even though they are annoying, but WhiteRa is just pretty well protected all around. He has Stalkers in good positions, he has cannons, so WhiteRa is going to... Gretorp is going to try to do something once more with Swarm Host. Oh, again we see these Mutalisk flying in this gateway wall over here, but there are so many Stalkers. WhiteRa has done this so well. I'm very impressed actually, because it's so hard to defend against so many Mutalisk with Blink Stalkers, and for a second it looked like WhiteRa was falling apart, but then Gretorp took like 1 or 2 bad routes, took so many free shots.
Swarm Hosts are not attacking ideally. They're all kind of clustering up on this gas geyser up here. Oh, that's a real bummer, because this could have possibly done some damage. Gretorp's going to continue trying to use these Nidus exits to create multi-pronged points of aggression. So that's pretty cool. Just repositioning his army instantly, trying to take advantage of his mobility.
He's going to get 14 more drones as well, so I think he's going to soon start up a real Spinecrawler forest. Because I think he knows as well that WhiteRa is getting close to an army which is going to be close to ridiculous to defeat in a straight up fight. So perhaps base race scenarios are something that's possible right now. These Nidus network are definitely very cool. This is something that Frodan spoke about yesterday, something he was very excited about. I'm sure that he's excited to see that Gretorp is doing it right now immediately already. Just having a couple of Nidus around the map, getting your Locust in, or Swarm Host, spawn the Locust, and get in the Nidus network again. It's a really sick Zerg play, I think. But he has to be careful. Oh, he's going to lose so many Swarm Hosts, I feel, unless the Nidus... Okay.
They are going to pick up an exit, so Gretorp managing to get those expensive units out of there. Hasn't started that big Spinecrawler forest that we were talking about, Kev. And that could be a problem. 94 drones makes for a significantly weaker army.
There are 3 Colossus, like... If WhiteRa would take a very silly fight against tons of Locusts, he might actually get in a little bit of trouble.
Christopher Columbus, Swarm Host, Kev. Where are you going? Marco!
I'm going to burrow.
Marco!
But if they don't see me, I don't see them, right? Let's burrow. He's not burrowing, right?
This is, man, Swarm Host is really a pretty ugly unit. Like,
I kind of more felt that this Swarm Host was more like a Rocky Balboa. Because he was just like running down the street in the middle of the night.
He's like standing at the top of that brand.
Yeah, he wasn't discovering a new world, he was challenging it, man. Couple of Mutalisks on the left top side of the map trying to deny WhiteRa's 5th base, while WhiteRa did deny Gretorp's 5th base. And this is this beautiful position that is really annoying to defend against for a Zerg player, certainly when you don't even have Infestors, because these Colossus are just going to be able to shoot at these Corruptors. That's a sick blink as well, right below all those Corruptors.
Void Rays will fall though, so that's a... Oh no! A Void Ray with a single hit point remaining. That's a little bit unfortunate. Colossi in a perfect position are going to make short work of these Locusts. Mutas are going to fly in, and maybe with the Mutas, could Andre possibly turn this around? Needs another wave of
he just doesn't really have a straight up fight, and the biggest problem is, I mean, Andre is up 20 supply right now, but I just feel that, where are his units, man? Like,
it doesn't look like a big army, does it?
He has 15 Swarm Hosts, but I feel that that's like slightly overdoing it, because WhiteRa can just run away from those Swarm Hosts for a little while. He's going to pick up the Mothership Core. That is something.
All of a sudden, this is a pretty good fight for Andre. More Locusts will spawn, and the Archons and Immortals are probably not going to get out of here. Kevin, Locusts do so much damage. Corruptors are going to come in on these Colossi, and Gretorp is really trying to turn this fight around. Ling's going to try to stream in his reinforcements. Another wave of Locusts would change this entire fight.
More Archons joining in the fray, though. Okay, there come the Locusts, but there are so many Stalkers. Okay, these Locusts are going to deal a lot of damage, but these Archons are doing a really good job as well.
God, it's so close, but I think WhiteRa might have just a few units too many, 14 Swarm Hosts. But the same question remains, where are they? They don't look like they're all here. Did the Observer somehow die?
Yeah, he had 2 Observers. I guess the Corruptors picked that up.
Uh-oh! Now if WhiteRa can't fight back.
But the thing is, WhiteRa doesn't even have to fight here, man. He can just like run to the left top side of the map and deny the only mining base. Oh my god! Holy Dark Templars.
That is a ton of DTs, and Andre doesn't have any detection at all. 145 to 170 supply. Where is Andre's army? Seriously, it's all burrowed.
is hiding.
There's Rocky Balboa just kind of chilling out with the Protoss army. He gets picked off.
There are 8 Corruptors on the map as well, which are absolutely useless right now. Oh god, this is so many DTs. Man, that DT run by.
You don't see that every day. It's going to be...
Okay, I'm glad that WhiteRa is still showing us some special tactics in each and every single game. This is pretty sick,
That's
man.
probably going to be a completely dead expansion and main base, to be completely honest with you.
He's gonna kill all these Lings as well, I feel, because this is so many Dark Templars, man. They are really good against Lings. Look at that.
Finally, the Swarm hosts show up, and that should be the end
No,
of that DT
Dark
run.
Templars are not afraid to take a stand, man. Okay, they will die eventually. That was like the most expensive run by in history.
Andre, with 11 Swarm hosts remaining, 2 DTs do manage to get up into the main base. There's a Greater Spire, Kev, but Gretorp just doesn't have any money.
He's down to 1 mining base. Look at this! WhiteRa is like making more Dark Templars than I've ever seen anyone make. Look at this. How many DTs he has in the map right now? 12.
12 Dark Templar.
Wow.
And I think the writing is on the wall. It was a fantastic game. Certainly, Gretorp had some opportunities. I think that first time he had 20 mutas, if he'd just fought with all of his mutas and all of his lings, that maybe he could have killed the army. Unfortunately, he opted to go the harass route, and WhiteRa was able to stabilize, and now we have Alexei, the Ukrainian, up 174 supply against 110.
Yeah, the first fight was a possibility, or even after that, when he went up to 30 mutalisk, where after he picked up the Phoenixes again, as long as you keep shutting down the Phoenixes, and at least always create one opportunity for your mutas to fly in, I think he would have been able to deal a lot of damage. But WhiteRa displaying us some real special late game tactics over here. Oh god, if everything else fails, man, you fall back to the roach.
All of a sudden, Gretorp's looking really strong in this game. 9 roaches in the
I don't know,
tab.
man. This is looking all that good for WhiteRa with 9 roaches on the 11 roaches. The only way to save this game is to pick up the roach one.
Which is probably
Look at all these Dark Templars, WhiteRa. 20 DTs. GG is called. Awesome game by WhiteRa. Looked really okay for Gretorp for quite a while. For a moment, I thought he was going to be able to do it again. But was not able to complete
there were definitely windows where I think he could have absolutely won that game. If you look at the army value tab, there were a couple moments when he was way ahead. Welcome back to the set, Andre. Where's your microphone?
I think there's one backstage. I think we were going to do a backstage interview, but you can also just come on the set.
Come on out. Come on out.
Come on out.
Join us. Let's
WhiteRa, join us.
Okay, so I was watching Xlord do something like this, but he used roaches. And I saw WhiteRa loves to go Archon Stalker instead to counter the mutas. And I thought you needed High Templars, but he doesn't go a lot of Colossus. And Colossus are a good way to deal with the Swarm hosts, in my opinion. You need like some big burst AoE to deal with Swarm hosts. But I always felt like he dealt with mutas really well. So I got him on a bad composition, and then I changed to Swarm host. And what I was planning on doing was just burrowing everywhere.
Yeah,
and then
attack,
and then
retreat, attack, retreat.
Just trading. That's
Ultimate
all I want to do.
guerrilla warfare.
I want to just do mass trades, a lot of Zerglings for all of his units, or as many units as possible. And then I was going to tech up to Ultras, but I never got to that stage.
Yeah.
It was a pretty awesome game, though. Let's let WhiteRa speak real quick.
Sure.
Alexei, what were your thoughts on the game? Because I think it was a pretty fun game as well.
Yeah, I just not expect to see so many needles in beginning. I don't know why Gretorp try make Zerlings attack with queens. I think
it's to keep you off the map, so because it's super cheap for me to do that, and you don't know if I'm all-inning right there.
Yeah, I think if Common Gidralis is be more.
Yeah, because you have to believe it's Hydras, so you back up, and that's where I muta transition. And
yeah, Mutalis is a very smart decision. I see. I think what you can do with Mutalis, because I see only Zerlings, not gas units, but not preparing very well. You harass me.
I thought your build was really smart, Andre, because you forced him into that Colossus tech, and I really felt like there was one moment when you had about 25 mutas and about 50 lings where you could have just fought the army and killed it. Right as WhiteRa was taking his 4th base.
Yeah.
WhiteRa, do you think if you had been attacked as you were taking your 4th base, could you have defended?
Yeah, I think after I hold huge attack from Gretorp side, I think I can make 4 base and hold continue aggression, because he lose a lot of Zerlings, Queen, Nidus, and same time I not lose too much army. So they have a lot of gas.
Yeah,
so
I kill a lot of probes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you killed me
He
a
killed
lot
a lot
of
of probes, but it didn't matter because he
No.
had so many probes.
He
that
still had
For-
70
for-
probes
for
after.
Nexus, yeah.
Yeah, at no point were you ever more than 5 workers ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe if you continue building Mutalis, not transition on Stormhost,
Yeah.
try.
Well,
kill-
I think roaches are much stronger than swarm hosts now. I've been testing the swarm host thing a lot, and there's too much supply everywhere for the swarm host to be really, really effective. I know you had a game against X-Lord where it was very similar to that. He went mutas, and then he went into Roach Zergling directly after that, and it was really hard for you to stop on Cloud Kingdom.
Okay. This is
That's
the
why-
point in the game where I feel like you probably could have just attacked and won. You had, actually it was a little bit before this, but you had 21 mutas, about 30 lings, and this is all WhiteRa has at his 4th base. I think if you just fly into that, then that changes the entire dynamic of the game.
Yeah, but I have to be very careful because I don't know where the Stalker positioning is. What I need is changelings around the map. I don't know where his other Stalker positioning is. I've already seen that he has Phoenixes, he has other Stalkers. I haven't attacked his main army yet, so I have no indicator to know. I don't even have an indicator to know what composition he is yet
Yeah.
until I actually get into his base. So, yes, it might have, but I think theoretically it's incorrect for me to attack the 4th base.
Either way, it was a phenomenal game. WhiteRa, you're undefeated today. Congratulations. This is probably your greatest challenge ever as a pro player.
WhiteRa, why do you do this and make us look bad?
I know.
Everyone already says that commentators don't know how to play the game, and here you are,
Proving they're
Mr. Nice Guy. We invite you because you're so nice, WhiteRa, so we thought that you would throw a game or 3.
In fact, Elliot, I want you to just change that overlay to Big Fat Jerk.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of fun today. Like use, of course, not standard strategy. Have a lot of fun. I tried type NASL on map and play with Kieran.
Against Frodan.
Okay, Alexei. Well, congratulations on your 4-0 sweep. And unfortunately, we will not be casting any games with you because no one was able to win today.
No.
But we'll be sure to have you back in a couple more weeks when we've had more opportunity to hone up on our skills and prepare for you.
By the way,
Thank you one more time for invite me on this great show. I think community need get something like you make because it's really interesting community like this.
Thank you very much, WhiteRa. We are more than happy to do it, and of course we really want to thank you for being on the show. You were literally one of the first guys we wanted on the show because you are like perfect for shows like this. So I'm very happy, guys. Any final words before we're gonna give it to WhiteRa and he can close it up?
Dan, what you think of the build?
I liked the build.
Did you like the Swarm Host
I liked the
Nidus?
build a lot. I didn't like the Swarm Host transition.
Okay, screw you.
I think everything up to the Swarm Host transition made perfect sense, and then the choice to go Swarm Host.
Well, I thought if I go Zergling Banling, that's boring. For Heart of the Swarm, man, you gotta like showcase more units.
I kind of like in my mind, I saw you force the Robotech and the Colossi in that ground army, and I was like, oh god, he's gonna go up to Hive and make ultras, and then I was like, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That
Against
wasn't
his
what
army
happened.
composition, that would have been the coolest thing ever. I should just do that from now on.
But anyway, it was great.
Should win games.
I want to remind everybody that's watching from home, please to tune into the Pulse tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Correct.
And yeah, Dan, do you have any final thoughts before we let WhiteRa close it out?
No, but I'll be practicing a lot for next week. That's for sure.
All right, Alexei, the mic is yours. Final closing thoughts. Anything you want to say before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I want to say one more time thank you for the show. Thank you for huge support from community and players. I miss you guys. Want to see in future and talking together. Like I have some interest strategy. We can discussing. It's always interest talking with you boys. I very like NASL and hope come in USA very soon and we can make party.
Well, WhiteRa, if you come to the USA, I'll definitely have some presents for you. Since last time at Home Story Cup, you had some presents for me.
Okay.
Now-
Now you have
now-
present all times like whiskey.
Yes, I have better presents from Ben, his friends in the south. They have lovely drink too. You will love this.
Be sure to bring some special fish when you come.
You remember fish?
Of course, I remember special fish.
All right, thank you so much, Alexei, and good luck in all the competitions you will participate in the near future.
Yeah, thank you. See you very soon, I hope, and good luck.
All right.
Thanks, WhiteRa. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, WhiteRa.
All right, guys. That's it for us. We are officially 1-7 right now. I don't know whose idea this show was, but it's...
That's okay. Still a better win record than Stork.
Oh. He won last night.
Yeah, he actually did win last night. So we better step it up next week. I would love to announce already who we are going to have next week, but it is not guaranteed yet. But what I have in mind is a strong Korean guy, so...
Oh, God.
Let's start practicing. Last but not least, I want to make sure should be another caster bash next week. We didn't have one in the last week because we had some other obligations to do. But next week we should just be back, and from now on it should be a weekly thing.
Cool.
So if you guys like it, make sure to tweet at NASL TV or spread the word on Reddit, Team Liquid. Let other people know that it's a fun show. Relax, nothing serious. And guys, final words, because that's it for me. Thank you for watching, guys.
Yep, we're done. Remember, polls tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. See you there.